My name is Barry Allen. I'm the Media Relations Director for the Raycom Media Camellia Bowl. I'd like to welcome everyone to our 2018 Head Coaches Press Conference. Welcome to the city of Montgomery and welcome to the Raycom Media Camellia Bowl, where we have a very interesting matchup between Georgia Southern and Eastern Michigan. Two teams that have a lot of living up to do in the history of this game. We've had 4 games in the past. They've been decided by 15 total points, and 2 of the 4 winning head coaches have left their institutions and gone on to Power 5 jobs as head coaches. Dino Babers was our first winner. He's now at Syracuse, and Scott Satterfield won the second and third Camellia Bowl games at Appalachian State, and he's just recently been hired as the head coach at the University of Louisville. So we have had good matchups, and we anticipate a really good matchup Saturday night, and we anticipate good weather. I'd like to introduce Georgia Southern and Eastern Michigan's Media Relations Directors, Brian Johnston and Greg Steiner. Guys, they're here to help our media here this week, so please lean on them at practice and adhere to their practice rules that their staff and their coaches have set up, and we appreciate your cooperation in that regard. If you're here tonight and you have not picked up your media credentials, I have them here. I'll be happy to give them to you at the conclusion of our program. At this time, I'd like to introduce the Executive Director of the Raycom Media Camellia Bowl, Johnny Williams, who has some dignitaries that he would like to recognize tonight. And then Johnny will introduce the athletic directors and head coaches from both institutions.
Thank you, Barry. Another official welcome to our friends from Statesboro, Georgia, Georgia Southern, and from out the other side of the Ohio River from Eastern Michigan. We're so excited about this matchup. We're kind of getting a little pressure put on us every year. This is our 5th bowl, and our other 4 have been tremendous games. So as we visited as a group to pick teams to come here, I tell you, the way it's turned out, I tell you, we are really excited about this matchup. But it takes a lot of people to make a bowl game happen. I mentioned earlier this is our 5th game that we've been able to have here in Montgomery. We're going to announce here in the next few days that we've extended our contract. There'll be another 6 games after this. So we got 2 years on the current contract, and we'll have 6 more. We couldn't be more pleased with what's going on with our bowl here in Montgomery. Without Raycom Media, though, a title sponsor is so important for a bowl to be successful. And I don't know if you've noticed, if you've lived in South Georgia and some other parts of the Southeast, the commercial advertisement that Raycom has graciously donated to build up this brand of this game. It's been really off the charts, and we're thankful to Pat LaPlantley and his crew for what they've done for us at Raycom, and then all of our other sponsors that we have. We've got roughly over 40 corporate sponsors here in the Montgomery region that have teamed up with us to make this truly a community event. We've got over 105 volunteers that worked the game last year. We knew when we started the bowl game business, we had to build grassroots, and the people here have bought in. We have a tremendous reputation in our community of hosting the Blue-Gray game for 63 years. That game went away in 2003, and it's taken us a few years to get an opportunity to have a national spotlight come on Montgomery through athletics, and this game, as everybody's rallied, has done that for us. This time, I want to call on Elton Dean, Chairman of our Montgomery County Commission, for some remarks and an official welcome from our community. Elton.
Thank you. Thank you, Johnny. And I want to welcome both teams and all the dignitaries that are with the teams, coaches, athletic directors, media staff. On behalf of Montgomery County Commission, and I have 2 of my teammates, Doug Singleton and Ronald Walker. The mayor could not be here, so I'm speaking for the city and the county, okay? But the most important thing is that we want to welcome you and let you know that anything you need while you're here, that we're here for you. And we love the Camellia Bowl so much that each year that has been in place, that we've been giving Camellia Bowl and Johnny $100,000. So I want to make sure that he gets that tonight. Okay. Let me get Ron and Doug.
Ron and Doug, come on up. Yeah.
Ron,
It won't, Johnny, we promise.
Give him the middle. You give him the middle.
Look right here
Only thing bad about this check is not in my name. No, thanks for the county. Been with us from day one, and we really have got a great thing going here. We look forward to many, many years to go. At this time, I'm going to call on our visiting team for the game. This year will be Georgia Southern, who will be wearing their traditional white uniforms. They won all those championships. I coached against Georgia Southern back years ago. I'm very familiar. I actually had a chance to bump heads with Irk Russell back about 25 years ago. So we're excited to have Tom. Come up, Tom. I want you to introduce your head coach, Tom Kleinlet, and he's going to introduce his head coach and say a few words on behalf of Georgia Southern. Tom, welcome to Montgomery.
Appreciate everybody being here. First of all, thank you to everybody in the city of Montgomery and the Camellia Bowl and Raycom. And Elton, I know one thing. You speak for the city, you speak for the county, and you hand $100,000 checks, me and you going to be real good friends before the end of the week. Now, I'm going to try to hang around with you. But really appreciate it. This is a great town. We look forward to coming over here and participating in this bowl game. Thanks to Johnny and everything they've done. My duty is to make this short and introduce you and give you a little background of our head football coach. Our head football coach has been part of our program for over 10 years as an assistant coach. Comes to us with various stops in his college career, stops at Auburn, assistant coach, like I said, at Georgia Southern, was part of some other programs along the way, and really, really excited to have him. He has been our head coach since taking over midway through the year last year in the interim role. Went through a great process, a tough process to get our job, and I think when you look at the turnaround that our program has from going from a record where we didn't do very well last year to winning 9 games this year, it's a testament to his work, his staff, and the effort that he puts forth. So without further ado, Mr. Chad Lansford, let's give him a round of applause.
Wow, man, what an opportunity. Very honored to be here, to be chosen by the Raycom Media Camellia Bowl, and just very proud for our program, very proud for, a lot what TK's just said with the turnaround for our football team, and this is an opportunity that, that they did not receive last year. And I think it's very important that they really make sure that they take this in and understand what it took to get here. And so very honored to be invited to this. Excited to compete for our second bowl championship. Georgia Southern has not been in the FBS too long. We transitioned in 2013 and started in the Sun Belt in 2014. And, so for us to be competing for our second time, I think that's a really great thing for our program. Again, I want to thank some people. Once again, thank you, Johnny Williams, Executive Bowl Director, the Camellia Bowl staff, the Bowl Advisory Committee, and then also all the wonderful sponsors that put this thing on. And I know that this thing couldn't be that great without all of y'all, and so very, very humbled and just very thankful for what y'all do. Very excited about the opportunity and the experience to be able to play in the Crampton Bowl. Very historical stadium. I wanted to talk to our team a little bit about that and make sure they understand where they're going to play. And so that's something that's really, really good for us also. Looking forward to playing a great opponent in Eastern Michigan. Very well-coached team, very hard-nosed, tough team that do the little things right. And I know that you said there's been a lot of great games here, and so expecting another one. And we really got a great opponent that we got to make sure that we're working very hard for to compete. Grateful for this opportunity. Grateful that, Georgia Southern is a very, I like to say this all the time, it's an epic story. Georgia Southern come from nothing. 1981, Coach Irk Russell was hired as the head football coach at Georgia Southern, and there wasn't a stadium, there wasn't uniforms. He had to go across the street to Kmart and buy a ball for the press conference. And so that's what that program is. It's blue collar. And so just when I start to think about where it's come from since 1981, all the national championships, all the conference championships, all the things that we've done moving into the FBS, this is a great opportunity for this team to leave its legacy. This is a great opportunity to do something that, no other Georgia Southern football team has done at the FBS level. We have an opportunity to win 10 games, and so we're coming down here to work hard and try to do that. So very excited about that, and just very excited about the opportunity to add to the legacy. So once again, thank y'all. I appreciate that. I appreciate everything that y'all are doing for us, and I know our kids do too.
We want to take questions, Coach, and then we'll turn it over to Eastern Michigan. We'll also do one-on-ones afterwards.
Wow. Too easy.
Thank you, Coach. If you realize we got Eagles versus Eagles, that's a unique experience. And matter of fact, Georgia Southern will actually be bringing a live eagle to the game, and so we cheers. That's something for the fans to look forward to. Now, on the other side, our home team this game, out of the MAC conference, been about 2 or 3 weeks ago, my phone rung, and this time of year I usually don't answer the phone. If it's a number I won't know, but I saw a Mississippi area code. I said, well, this must be my buddy from Starkville. And it was Scott Weatherby, who's athletic director now at Eastern Michigan. What, 18 months now you've been on the job? Left Mississippi State, went up there. But we had a great conversation. And he was called to lobby me, but he didn't have to lobby. We've been looking closely and hard at the success we've had at Eastern Michigan. And so we're excited about having Eastern Michigan. If this time I'd like to call on Scott Weatherby to introduce our home team head coach. Thanks, Scott.
Thanks, John.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I guess that's the only way I get in is by calling from a Starkville address. Yeah, it's funny. He had told me that story that the only reason I answered was because I thought one of my buddies was called. We're buddies now, though. We're good. So want to say thank you on behalf of Eastern Michigan University, our president, and the Mid-American Conference, representing the Mid-American Conference here. Means a lot, and it's special. And Johnny and Carol and Robin and Joe and your crew have just been fantastic getting us down here. It's a quick turnaround when the announcement's on Sunday, and less than 10 days later you're down here. But our fans are excited, our student athletes are excited, and our whole crew getting down here. I did want to mention that this year, we finished strong. I called Johnny and said, look, we're the hottest team in the Mid-American Conference. We've won 5 straight MAC games. I also told him that we had not played a bowl game in the United States since 1987. Our fans are hungry to have the opportunity to see us play. We were in a bowl game 2 years ago in the Bahamas, but it was a little trickier and a little shorter notice on that. Our band, who is with us all the time, hasn't had the opportunity to go to a bowl game. And so they're coming down, they're excited. They're so excited they're leaving Wednesday and going to get down here and be a part of it. So we're really excited about that. And, and Coach Creighton has done a fantastic job. A lot of you don't know that, the first 2 years obviously had a long trek to go and kind of get this program turned around. And one of the things that I enjoy about Coach is he always gets them to perform better as the year goes on. And in the month of November, the last 3 years, we're 8-2. So he's finding ways to put the pieces together, and just really proud of him. Coach is in his 5th year, his 2nd bowl game in 3 years. It's only our 3rd bowl game in the school history. So I'm really proud to have him on our sideline. And if we do win, I don't want any of the Power 5 stuff. But I really appreciate Coach, and I'll have Coach Creighton come up now. Thanks.
Okay, well, hey, thank you so much for having us, and Jimmy Williams and the Raycom Media Camellia Bowl. This is a huge deal for Eastern Michigan University and Eastern Michigan football. So we are giddy excited. If you paid any attention to the home stretch of the season, our team was willing to dance and sing to try to come and make it to a bowl game, because it just hasn't happened at our university very often at all. So we don't take it lightly. We're extremely excited about it, and everything was good until we figured out who our opponent was, because we want to be able to compete and try to have a victorious bowl game. And Georgia Southern, just a phenomenal reputation. Obviously our teams have not played before, but the number one thing that I look at is the turnover margin. And I'm puffing my chest out. We're tied for 10th in the country with Florida. And so I look up the the turnover margin, hoping that that would be a chance that we would have in this game. And Georgia Southern's #1 in the United States of America in turnover margin. So I told that to our guys, and I think our shoulders may have slunk down about 2 inches. But I'm just telling you, we just flew down today. I asked for a show of hands of the amount of guys on our team who'd ever been to the state of Alabama, and there weren't very many hands that went in the air. And so I'm telling you, we're going to take advantage of every minute that we have here, have poured over the schedule, prior to Saturday with getting to experience Montgomery. I know that going to the Rosa Parks Museum is going to be an absolute highlight, for our football team. But we're proud to be here, excited. We have been competitive. You talk about blue collar. I mean, it's going to be a blue collar game because, we're not sexy. Our guys play incredibly hard and care about each other and try to play the game the right way. And try to win it there in the end, and it's going to be a great football game, and I can't tell you again how excited we are to be here. So thank you, and I'd take any questions if you have any. All righty, well, let's go Eagles either way, right? So thank you.
We'll end this portion of our press conference. If you'd like to break out and do some one-on-ones with the two head coaches, we do have a few minutes before we do that, but I'd like to thank you all for coming. We're looking forward to a great week and another great matchup. And again, if you're here tonight and you have not picked up your credentials, please see me, and I will get those for you. Thank you.